2019 at 6:02. This is to advise those present at this January 3rd, 2019 reorganization meeting of the Board of Education in the City of Pleasantville in the County of Atlantic that notice was given on December 13th, 2018 of this reorganization meeting as required by provisions of Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975. Notice, therefore, has been distributed for publication in the press, the Absecon Pleasantville Current, and the Mainland Journal, posted in the Administration Building and forwarded to the City Clerk of the City of Pleasantville within the time required as said act. First, we'd like to have the flag salute and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. First matter of business would be the public comment. All right. Please, for one, be courteous. You have 5 minutes. Malika Shakur.
Good evening. Okay. I'm here tonight as a resident. My name is Malika Shakur. I live at 920 Spruce Avenue, Pleasantville. I've been a homeowner there for the past 13 years, living in Pleasantville. I'm here tonight. We see a lot of the football players here tonight in support of their coach, Mancuso. Can I ask how many of you were raised or went to Pleasantville public schools? By a show of hands, can I? Just one? Okay. I asked that question because I think that we all here know what is said about Pleasantville School District as far as curriculum, the education, all of that goes. I was one of the people that believed that. Like I said, I've been living in Pleasantville for the last 13 years. I was born and raised in Atlantic City. My younger 2 children have gone to Pleasantville High School and Atlantic City High School because partly because of me having the same mindset until you know, they did go to Atlantic City, and I realized that it's all in the student. It doesn't matter where you go at, what school you go to, the curriculum. It's all about the student. My son was one of the students from Pleasantville on the football team that got a full ride to Monmouth University. My cousin, which is my first cousin's son, was one of the other students along with 2 of their other teammates. So I say that to say that we know that it can be done in Pleasantville, and that's one of the things that Mr. Townsend did say. However, it has to be set up for them as far as the success. My son came from Atlantic City High School, so because of the difference in the blocks and the periods in Atlantic City High School, he was already a little ahead of the game. Him and my cousin, because he was at Mainland. They both came back to Pleasantville 2 years ago, so they were a little ahead of the game. So my concern is not necessarily, I do hope that Coach Mancuso can get a job, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is about the children and them being set up for success. My other concern is, as a taxpayer, what's being done with my tax dollars. That's the other concern. So since the beginning of the school year, my son has had a substitute in one of his classes. Coach Mancuso was, from what I believe, was a permanent sub as well. So when they were doing the signing, I asked him, I said, not knowing, I just didn't know. I'm not really like on all of the politics and all of that. I said, where was Mancuso? Because he was my son's defensive coach, and I thought that he would be there to support them. He said, oh, he hasn't been at school. So I said, wait, so now you got 2 classes with no teacher? That's a problem. That is a problem. Because my son was trying, he knew that he was trying to get a scholarship. That's not setting him up to get a scholarship, not having 2 teachers in the classroom for him to get grades. Like substitute it's not gonna happen. The substitute that he had for his first period class, now in the summertime, Mr. Hamidullah was on his schedule as his teacher. He never returned. And he's had a substitute from the beginning of the school year. And then now she's not there. He's been put in another class. So thank God that he was already ahead of the game and didn't need those particular classes, because who knows what have happened. So I don't know what's going on, but I hope that you guys can get it together and make sure that these teachers are in the classroom. Like, because my taxes aren't going down, they're going up. They're not going down. So the funds, they have to be there. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm not here to attack you guys or any of that. My thing is it's about the children, and we have to do something to set them up so that they can have success, because as we can see, 4 students, and that was just for football, for winter sports, 4 students went to school for free on full scholarships. It can be done. And we know the connection between the education and the sports. Like, we have to set them up for success. And it starts at the top with you guys. It starts with you, and then in the classroom, and they do their part. So my hope today is that, we can get something, get a change and fix the situation. Thank you.
Elisha Glover.
Good evening. I'm a 12th grade student here at Pleasantville High School. Here to speak on behalf of the inconsistency of the staff, Coach Mancuso. Since the beginning of the school year, classroom's been inconsistent. I have permanent teachers that miss out on their work covering for other teachers because we don't have enough staff. Coach Mancuso helped me get to where I am today. I'm going to Villanova on a full ride to play defense. And he was defensive coordinator, so I feel like he helped me get here. And when you talk about substitutes, you don't get that same energy from the student. Like, if I have a substitute, the relationship's not gonna be there, so I'm not gonna be able to grow in the classroom, because we have to have people that we connect with. And over the past year or half a year that Mancuso been here, we enjoy him. The students that don't even play football, they enjoy him. To be honest, when we have substitutes, it's just like, oh, we got a substitute, we're not doing nothing today. So we need a substitute in the class. We need Mancuso in the classroom, actually. What else? Yeah, that's about it. I mean, we need a full staff. We need people in the classroom that we connect with to be successful. Thank you.
That concludes the public portion. I'd like to read the election results Richard Norris, and instead of breaking this down, I'm just going to read the grand total votes. Richard Norris, 1906. Cassandra Clements, 1861. Chanel Morgan, 1686. John Eason, 1325. And Hannah Erickson, 1112. And this is for the 3-year term. For the 1-year term, we have Mr. Jerome Page, 1982. Ms. Robin Whitlock, 1170. Now I'd like to go forth with the oath of office. Ms. Cassandra Clements. No, well, I apologize, one at a time. I think it's easier this way to have one at a time, so I'm going to read each one. I state your name.
I, Cassandra Clements,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
I do.
I state your name.
Cassandra Clements,
Do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of the Board of Education, and that I will not disqualify, that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
I do.
Ms. Clements, I need your signature. This is as of January 3rd, 2019. I need you to sign here. I'm sorry. This is the acknowledgement of receipt of the Code of Ethics. I need you to sign here and date. That's yours. And for the time being, you sit on this side? Thank you. Ms. Chanel Morgan. Excuse me. I state your name.
I, Charnel Morgan,
Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
I do.
I state your name.
I, Charnel Morgan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of the Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1, nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
I do.
Ms. Morgan, I need your signature there. Right here. And I need your signature acknowledging the Code of Ethics. Sign here. The third. Yeah, sure, give me 1 second. This last page is yours. Congratulations, Ms. Morgan. Ms. Morgan. I need- Mr. Jerome Page. You disagree? That's all, let's see. Okay, that's all we have attorney to address that. Can we swear you in?
You got one more, than me.
That's
Just
it?
want to put it on the record. I want to know the law.
Can you come forward, please? Congratulations. We don't have Mr. Norris. My secretary contacted you.
Come on, Ben, don't fold. He don't have it, Ben.
He's not.
He don't have it. What?
Mr. Page,
Yes.
I state your name.
I, Jerome Page,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people, so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
Jerome Page,
Do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of the Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1, nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
so help me God.
Mr. Page, can you sign here on January 3rd, 2019?
Where you want?
Right here. Mr. Page, I need your signature for the Code of Ethics for the school board member, and I need your signature on this page.
What's this page?
Acknowledge receipt of the Code of Ethics. Mr. Page? Seat there or there? It's up to you, until we call the vote. Right now, I'd like to do a roll call. The time is 6:26. Board members that are present, Mr. Barkley?
Present.
Mr. Callaway? Yes. Ms. Clements? Ms. Couch? Ms. Mello?
Present.
Ms. Morgan?
Yes.
Mr. Page? Ms. Thomas?
Present.
At this time, I need a nomination for the president of the school board.
Mr. Secretary, I rise to nominate Madam Carla Thomas to serve as the president of the school board.
Are there any other nominations? If there are no other nominations, I need a roll call vote on President Ms. Carla Thomas.
Want me to vote?
I need someone.
Just
To close the nomination.
The nomination,
sorry, motion.
that's what, I need a vote on Ms. Thomas. No, you don't need a second. Mr. Barkley?
Yes.
Mr. Callaway? Yes. Ms. Clements?
Yes.
Ms. Couch?
Yes.
Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Morgan?
Yes.
Mr. Page? Yes. Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Congratulations, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone. I want to say thank you for, board members for voting for me. I believe this is my fourth term for being a school board president. I will continue to work for the betterment of our students, our staff, and our community. And once again, I want to say thank you, board, for voting for me tonight. Thank you. Go ahead. You want me to do nominations?
Yes.
Okay, can we get nominations for vice president? I would like to nominate James Barkley. Anyone else for vice president? Seeing that there isn't anyone else, roll call, Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Barkley?
Yes.
Mr. Callaway? Ms. Clemens?
Yes.
Ms. Couch? Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Morgan?
No.
Mr. Page? Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Congratulations, Mr. Barkley.
Yes. All right, Mr. Tompkins, we are.
Okay, hold on.
You had a time?
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Tompkins.
I need a motion to approve the reorganization of the board meeting, item 6.3 through 6.5.
We can't.
Question, this motion that we're getting ready to vote on, it recommends 6.2 to 6.5. 6.5, establishing the annual board meeting, school board meeting calendar. I would like to pull that out for discussion, being this my opportunity to be on the board here. I just have some suggestions on making some things better. By going with this formula, we're going to find ourselves pretty much how we was in the past. So I'm asking if we can vote on 6.2 to 6.4, and let's pull out 6.1 and talk about it, and then make I'd like to make a new motion to that one.
Mr. Page, I believe you mean 6.5 rather than 6.1?
Yes, I'm sorry, 6.2 to 6.4, keep it as, but 6.5, leave it out so we can discuss the strategy on that.
Well, I had a suggestion as well on 6.5,
Okay?
and we could discuss it right here, right, Ben?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm suggesting that the meeting start at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock.
well, what I'd like to do is get the approval to pull it out, and let's talk about some other things, too. The time is, I have no problem with the time, but one meeting a month is something that we can do a little bit better on, based on the structure of our committees.
No, we're not pulling it out. Let's take a vote on it. Don't pull it out. Why pull it out?
Got the consent of the entire board.
Well, let's take a vote.
Fine. It's recommended by the president that we take a vote on 6.2 to 6.5. So do I have a motion on the floor?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yes,
Right? What I'm saying is that 6.5, I'm asking if we can change the time to 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. And Mr. Page is asking if we can pull it out. So.
I'm just saying to pull it out from the bunch that it's in, and we still going to vote on it. the
Yeah,
way it's
I know
written.
exactly what you're saying, Mr.
Yeah.
Page. But go ahead, Mr. Barkley.
Is it possible that we can discuss this concern before we go ahead with it?
We can take a vote on it.
Yeah,
Everything today has to be discussed and open.
Yes.
Okay.
But
There's no executive.
excuse me, Madam President, can we give him the option if he's ready to put his proposal on the table?
Oh, yes, go ahead, Mr. Page. Your suggestion.
My proposal is to change this one meeting a month to two. Eliminating the committees
As a whole.
as a,
That's what
no,
you wanted-
putting
you wanted
into
as a
committee as a
whole.
whole, eliminating the small committees. Only because we're a young board and we need to know in every category what's going on. So when we vote from understanding of what is being said in each category or each subcommittee. We have a right, under the bylaws, that we can change it from standard committees to committee as a whole. Committee as a whole will bring us to a second meeting, non-action, and it's more of discussing every category and every member, board member, hearing in personnel, hearing the issues in facilities, hearing every board member. So when it comes on the agenda for the recommendations from the superintendent, we will better be advised to when we make our vote. The way it is now, you have the standard committees.
No, we know how it is now.
Well, let me just finish what I'm trying to say.
No, I got it.
You
Do
got
everybody-
it, but
do
you
everybody-
got some new board members here, Madam President.
Yeah, I mean, Ms. Morgan.
got some new board members. Can I finish?
Ms. Morgan's she's been here before, so she know how we do it. So then we just have Ms. Clemens that's.
So can I
bring
just
up.
complete it?
Huh?
Can I finish
I
up?
mean, you're gonna just keep going on and on. We know how it is.
Well, like I said, Madam President, you said this is your fourth year as the president. I'm trying to make something to make it a little bit easier for you as president.
I'm sorry,
And-
Mr. Page, you don't need to make anything easier for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem. But I would like to
So,
see if we
Ben,
could
how
have,
should we, how should we do this, Ben?
Hold on, Ben, hold on. Take this.
You have to vote on it.
Which way?
If somebody makes a motion to change the schedule,
Well, I make a motion to change the time to 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock for 6.5.
well, I have a motion.
So we're going to do one motion at a time?
You can have the 5
Wait a minute,
o'clock.
wait a minute, Mr. Page, wait a minute. Just wait, and then
We should do
please
them separate.
honor the chair,
Yes.
okay?
we should do them separately because they're two separate issues.
You give me the floor, you honor me.
Go ahead, Ben.
We should do them separately. They're two separate issues.
Well, if
that
I can
people
only
may have
speak.
But
different-
excuse me, Ben is talking.
People would have different opinions on those two aspects of the change. So it should be voted on separately.
Okay. Okay, you said it should be voted separately, but what I'm saying, my idea can still incorporate her idea of the 5 o'clock.
Yes, it could, but it's two separate issues. Some people might like your idea and not be able to make 5 o'clock.
Okay,
So they're two ideas that should be voted on separately.
okay. Madam President, you have a motion?
Madam President, I'd like to move 6.2 to 6.4.
Okay.
I need a motion.
Can I get a
Motion.
motion?
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Barkley,
Yes.
Mr. Callaway, I'm sorry. Ms. Clemens. Ms. Couch. Ms. Mello.
Yes.
Ms. Morgan.
Yes.
Mr. Page.
Yes.
Ms. Thomas.
Yes.
We have a motion for 6.5 to move it from 6 p.m. to 5.
The motion for 6-2.
Wait a minute, excuse me. Excuse me, Mr. Page.
We just made a motion to vote on the...
Yes, but you want to speak, correct?
No, I just want to correct, we just
No,
made a motion.
No.
to vote on
no.
6.2 to
You're out of
6.4.
order. You're way out of order.
Madam President, we
Go
made a...
ahead,
No,
Mr. Thompson.
I can't. We made a motion to pull, to vote on 6.2 to 6.4.
He's
It was,
still-
it was approved. Now let's vote on it.
Excuse me, Mr. Page. Would you let the man do what he's supposed to do?
6.2 to 6.4 was voted on separately, and that was approved. 6.2 to 6.4. The question arose regarding 6.5.
Correct.
To pull 6.5. That's why I made the motion from 6.2 to 6.4. Now 6.5 is on the floor. And you had stated about a motion, and Ms. Thomas had stated about a motion. The motion that I brought forth was from the President of moving 6.5 from the time from 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's the motion on the floor. Don't-
Can I get a second, please?
Now, who made the motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion by... Who's second?
You can make the
Motion.
motion, Mr. President.
I...
I'm just saying.
Come on. You just said
I just need to know who
yes.
made the motion.
The motion is to change the time?
Yes.
Nobody made the motion? I make a motion.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Mr. Page. Any questions? Roll call, Mr. Tompkins.
Mr. Barkley.
Yes.
Ms. Clemens. Ms. Couch. Ms. Mello.
Yes.
Ms. Morgan.
Yes.
Mr. Page.
Yes.
Ms. Thomas.
Yes.
Is there any other motion on 6.5,
Yes.
Madam President?
Yes.
No.
Madam President, I have a motion. Yes, you do, Madam President.
I'm not talking to you, Mr. Page.
I'm a board member.
I mean,
have a
do
right
I
to
need
make
to
a motion.
get the chief of police here?
I have a right to make a motion.
But I was talking to you.
Okay, so we moved to 7? Where do we go? We moved to 7? What?
No, 6.5.
Then he has to make, he has to make a motion.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Page?
Yes.
Wanted to make a motion on 6.5.
Yes, I would like to make a motion that we have 2 meetings a month. One of the meeting being a non-action meeting, which would be a discussion of all the committees separately, where we give opportunity for every board member to understand in each category what's being brought up to them to vote on. That's my motion.
Mr. Page made a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Morgan, second.
Any questions?
Question?
You have a question?
Yeah. I just want to make sure for the new board members, if you understand what is being said. Thank you.
Roll call, Mr. Tompkins.
Mr. Barkley?
No.
Ms. Clemens? Ms. Couch? Ms. Mello?
No.
Ms. Morgan?
Yes.
Mr. Page?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
No.
Motion is not carrying.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Tompkins.
I'd like to make a motion, I'd like to bring forth from 7.1 to 7.12.
Can I get a motion for 7.1 through 7.12?
Ms. Couch made the motion. Ms.
Can-
Mello second.
Any questions?
Question.
Go ahead, Mr. Page.
Who made the motion?
Ms. Couch made the motion.
Ms. Crouch? Why do you want to bunch all these up together? We're talking about reappointing certain positions.
Mr. Page, do you have any questions on any positions?
Yes, we're making a motion to accept the approval of the reappointment of the Assistant Superintendent to Human Resources. Why does that have to be voted on today?
There is no resolution to reappoint the Assistant Superintendent HR. That's, if you're looking at which number?
7.9. And 7.8.
7.9 is to reappoint the affirmative action officer, which the Assistant Superintendent holds, and the Title IX Coordinator.
Any other questions, Mr. Page?
No, that's it.
Roll call, Mr. Tompkins.
Mr. Barkley?
Yes.
Ms. Clements? Ms. Couch? Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Morgan?
No.
Mr. Page?
No.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Motion carries. I'd like to bring forth 7.13 to 7.16.
What numbers was that again? I'm sorry.
7.13 to 7.16.
Can I get a motion, please?
Ms. Mello made the motion.
Can I get a second? Any questions?
Who made the second?
Um,
Ms. Couch.
Roll call, Mr. Tompkins.
Mr. Barkley.
Yes.
Ms. Clements. Ms. Couch. Ms. Mello.
Yes.
Ms. Morgan. Mr. Page.
No on everything, but yes on 7.3.
Ms. Thomas.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Question? The BA?
Excuse me,
To
this
the
way.
B.
Curve it this way.
Well, this is the question to the BA.
Okay, but go through the chair to go to the BA.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Go to you? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Madam President, yes.
Okay, thank you. The reorganization items here, are they from the bylaws?
Yes, and your question probably refers to some of the vendors. Our vendors go from July 1 to June 30th.
I understand that. They're professionals though, right?
Yes,
So as professionals, the board has the option to vote them out whenever.
that's correct.
Okay. So everything in here is from the bylaws?
Yes.
Okay, not New Jersey New Jersey School Board's bylaws?
It's school bylaws.
What we want, 8.1?
What numbers again was that?
7.13 to 7.16.
Any other questions, Mr. Page?
No.
Go ahead, Mr. Tompkins.
Madam President, I need to bring forth, in fact, I'm going to bring forth 8.1 to 8.6.
Can I get a motion for 8.1 through 8.6?
Is there a motion?
Can I get a second? Second by Ms. Couch. Any questions? Roll call, Mr. Tompkins.
Mr. Barkley?
Yes.
Ms. Clements? Ms. Couch? Ms. Mello?
Yes.
Ms. Morgan? Mr. Page?
No.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes. Is that it, Mr. Tompkins?
Madam President, the time is
6:53?
6:53. I need a motion to adjourn.
I just have a question before we adjourn. We had some citizens.
Wait a minute, excuse me. Oh, Ms. Morgan said motion.
I'll take it back if the citizens want to talk.
I can't hear you, Ms. Morgan.
I said I'll take back
But
the
she
motion if the
said
citizens
motion.
want to talk.
Motion,
Because you said, can I get a motion to adjourn? Ms. Morgan said motion.
correct, so we have to proceed forward.
And then
I'm
take
asking
it,
to
but
take
then
the
we got to
motion.
take it back.
Yeah, I'm
You put
asking
the-
to take the motion.
But you put it on the floor.
Yeah. Citizens want to talk.
She could take it back, it wasn't second.
This isn't even funny. Ben, huh? We can go forward? Well, we have a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a second? Second by
I have a
Ms. Couch.
question. I have a question.
Meeting
Come on.
adjourned.
We haven't even voted. I have a question.
Wait a minute, wait, you gotta take it back. You have it, vote on it. All in favor for meeting to be adjourned?
I have a question.
Yes. Anyone opposed?
My question was before the...
Anyone opposed? We
Madam
has one.
President- Madam President, I have a question.
Ms. Morgan is opposed.
Yeah, 'cause if the citizens want to talk, that's it.
Well, I don't know what Mr. Page was trying to say. He didn't get it all out.
I was sworn in. I would like to thank...
4, 5, and Ms. Morgan was opposed.
I
A
was trying to
meeting
pull the
adjourned.
motion back so the citizens could talk.
She pulled it back before the second.
I did.
You got it? Okay. Meeting adjourned. You could talk.
Meeting adjourned.